Little routine tee shot here. I better make sure I hit all ball and avoid my producer, or this season opener may be my last one yet. Oh man, I cracked under the pressure. I just couldn't do it. Ashton, you're gonna sit here to live another day. Playing at the highest level, it's all about performing under pressure, and in fact, that's about 99% of success that I see. If you can't play under pressure, then you're gonna struggle when it really matters. If playing under pressure is your fault, I've got the fix. Thanks for joining us on the Golf Fix at Stony Brook West, a championship 18-hole golf course in Winter Garden, Florida, less than a 30-minute drive from the Orlando airport. Bobby Jones once said there's golf and there's tournament golf, and the two are not at all alike inside. And I couldn't agree more with Bobby. Such a great quote. And I want to take that one step further. I feel like at every level of difficulty, every time it gets a little bit harder, the pressure will build up. Whether that's hitting by yourself at the range, whether you're hitting by yourself going to go play with friends on the golf course, and then obviously once you start getting in competition, maybe that's a club championship, and eventually in contention down the stretch, that's when it really, really matters. So how do we play well under pressure? There's really three keys. The first one is building a swing that is able to handle the pressure well. I've heard for tons of years, decades even, Padre Harrington was a great example. He talked a lot about when he changed his swing that he was trying to build it around majors. And what he meant was, I want a swing that's gonna hold up under the utmost of pressure. That was a super great tip and a great idea that we're gonna talk about today. The second thing is able to practice in a way that resembles the same feeling you're gonna have when you're out on the course. So putting pressure on yourself in practice, so that way when you're actually playing, it's very similar. I've heard Ray Allen talk a lot about this. He said his big key when he was really competing at the highest level in the NBA was practicing differently than the rest of the players. He'd run back all the way down the floor, all the way back, shoot a three, and he said that was so much different, so much better for his training than just shooting threes from one spot. It's kind of the same thing here. So once you've mastered that swing, we want to apply it into different ways, apply some pressure to ourselves. Now finally, you're ultimately, no matter what, inevitably gonna be feeling some pressure. So you need to be able to handle that pressure and still perform at the highest level while you're feeling differently neurologically on the inside. And we got some great tips from Andrew Huberman about that. He once said that if you can breathe correctly, you can perform correctly. And what he means by that is taking 2 nice breaths through the nose and then out through the mouth will really relax you, probably more quickly than anything else. And I'll tell you what, I've seen my dog, Devan Bonebrake, do this a bunch of times. He's laying in bed. He lives a very stressful life in California, hopping around from the couch to the bed, to outside, to his food. And so he really needs to know how to breathe properly, and he has this down pat, I'll tell you what. Now, let's start off talking about the swing. There's 3 keys in the swing to build a swing that holds up under pressure. The very first one is gonna be making sure that you have the correct body motion and pressure shift. And there's really kind of 2 keys here. The first one is, are we shifting pressure at the right time to our trail foot and then to our lead foot? That has a ton to do with the sequence in the swing, the low point, and how much power you're gonna create. And secondly, is not having an excessive rising or dipping in the swing. And that has a ton to do with your posture at setup, but then also the amount of turns and tilts that you have. So for instance, if I take my setup, and as I go back, I turn very level, I'm gonna stand up. If I come through and turn very level, I'm gonna stand up. So we're gonna work on both of those. So what I'm gonna grab here is one of my favorite training aids. I love using this. It's a clickboard. Basically what this does is it gives you the sensation for when, and the noise for when you need to shift your weight. So I'm gonna put this down here, and we got some alternatives here as well. Complimentary of Benny. Thank you, Benny. And so from here, what I want you to get the feeling of is when to click this board. So you can see I'm on the front side here, and in reality, you're gonna be a little closer to even. You might have about 60% front leg, 40% trail leg, but what I want you to try to feel here is you're gonna start your swing by clicking the board, turning, clicking the board, swinging through. So you're still gonna finish on this lead leg, but the pressure shift is gonna lead the club a little bit. So again, it's gonna go pressure, turn, pressure, turn. Now, if you don't have a clickboard, I know not everyone has a clickboard, I think they're terrific. You can also use these nice, fun dog squeaky toys. And so I'm gonna put one under each foot. You kind of hear them. Love that noise, dogs love that noise. Fun stuff, guys, fun stuff. It's not all about intense pressure here, it's also about having some fun. And so what I want us to try to feel here is you're gonna take your setup, kind of feel it side to side, feel a little bit more on the lead foot, and you're gonna go trail foot, turn, lead foot. Squeak, squeak, hit. Squeak, squeak, hit. Let's put it together here. Good setup. Put it on the lead side. Squeak, squeak, hit. Felt great. Divot was after the ball. Exactly what we need under pressure. Thank you, Benny. Thank you for providing me with your gracious toys. And that's kind of the number one thing starting out with that. Now, the second thing, say your shift is good, but at the same time, if your height is changing drastically, whether it's dipping a lot or standing up, it's gonna be very difficult. So we're gonna grab 2 alignment sticks from the bag. Key here is understanding how to turn and tilt properly. And what I want you to do, I absolutely love this drill. So you can set your club down for a moment. And I want you to take your setup, and then I want you to put the first alignment stick right between your feet, 1 foot in front of your actual foot line. So I'm gonna stick it right here, 1 foot. Put this equidistant across each shoulder, so you shouldn't have one side sticking out much more than the other. You're gonna get in your golf posture. And from here, what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to make sure we don't hit this stick, but we also don't miss it by much. So as I go back, if I stand up, you're gonna see I hit the stick. So I started lower, I hit the stick. Same thing coming through. If I come through and I hit the stick or go over it, I'm in trouble. So I'm gonna try to go inside the stick back. You can see I kept my posture, shift a little bit, inside the stick through. And that's really what I see the most common issue is people are gonna turn and stand up a little bit too much on either side, especially on the follow through. So we'll do this a few times. Miss the stick back, shift, miss the stick through. Miss the stick back, shift, miss the stick through. Now we can throw these to the side. I got my turns and tilts dialed in. Let's go ahead and hit a nice solid shot here. The pressure's shifting, the turns and tilts are on point. Let's go ahead and flag this shot. God, that really felt good. Felt like I stayed in my turns and tilts, felt like I shifted the pressure at the right time. So understanding how to build a swing that holds up under pressure, the very first step is the correct body motion, shifting back and forth at the right time, turning in the right angles, getting that club dialed in, hitting it solid, and hitting it close to the pin no matter how stressed out or how much pressure you feel.